BOUSHH, a Star Wars building mock by Albo Lego. Part 12. So hello everybody and welcome to Square Ghost, and this is the beginning of part 12, the penultimate part. Yes, there's only one more part to go after this for the completion of the build, and we're continuing with Albo Lego's BOUSHH, and we're starting here on a connecting piece that is for the belt, or a belt that goes across the body, if you like. What I've decided to do, they build it piece by piece and then add it to the figure. I'm being a little bit, I don't know, proactive, if you like. I think I'm going to build all the pieces, have all the pieces done, and then just click them all together in one piece. That way I don't have to keep moving BOUSHH out of the way where I might knock him and whatever. Anyway, there you go, there's your piece. You can see the pieces are going to fit onto the ball joints at the end. This particular piece fits to the shoulder. Let's get on with the other pieces. So there you have the first piece cross built of from the shoulder to the hip of BOUSHH. And like I say, we've built the parts up separately and then just clipped them together. As you can see, some nice little odd parts there in the round tops and everything. That's going to look good when it's down. And then this obviously clicks to the little stud later. Now we're just going to do another piece that's going to connect from here, and then that will be, I believe, the front of BOUSHH's belt, and then we'll start with the back. So I hope you can see we've made up the two small pieces of the hip to the other side, and then we've got some bits that stick on with some connector pins. So I'm just going to pan back, so you've got this main belt going down the side and these on. We're going to stick these all on to BOUSHH now, and then we start with the back. And there you go, there is the front belt complete and fitted. Worthy of note, this is supposed to just clip into the little brown claws. I couldn't get them seated at all, so I ended up taking off the little poles that go into the claws, putting them to the claws first, and then putting the other piece back on top. That worked fine, everything went down, that's lovely. The only other part that I found slightly fiddly, I've just knocked BOUSHH's arm off. Be right back. All done and dusted, arm back on, just needed pushing back into the socket. All the trials and tribulations of a brick builder, as you will all know, anybody who does this sort of stuff, and it's just killing. I think the one thing that I have just learnt now is that, especially with this arm, I think he holds a thermal detonator or something like that in this hand. There's going to be a lot of weight there pushing it down, so, and there's not enough clutch power to hold, at least with the gun or the staff, you know, that's going to be hopefully to the floor to hold it into position. So we'll just have to wait and see, but we're all done and dusted, everything's fine. Like I say, we're going to do the back part of him now. So I hope you can see that we've put a little bit of a little back end of the belt on BOUSHH's back. Then we've got these tanks, wherever they is, they'll just click on, which is absolutely fine. Now I'm going to do exactly what I said before. Before I actually connect these, I'm going to build up the sack at the back that is carrying these supposed things, so as when I bring BOUSHH over again, as what you saw with the arm coming off, I don't want to keep moving it. I want to move him as less as possible. That's what I'm trying to say, or her I should say. So there you are, you're up to speed, it's looking pretty good. So let's get on with the rest of the build. So we're building up the outside of the sack. You know, I love a bit of plating, a bit of tiling, which is really, really good. You're supposed to put these little sort of sloped cheeses. One goes there, and the other one inverted goes there. You get the idea. They don't sit on the pins because of the front end is obviously raised, so they're not going to stop on. Same thing here, where as you can see they hang over as they should do the bottom. So obviously it's a plan fault or a piece fault. Really you want those without the little front bits on where it just lies flat. But that's just the way it is, you know, no good crying about that. But I just thought I would point it out. Not got much of this sack to do, then we'll get it all on BOUSHH. So there you have it, all nicely made up. The only bits missing is that side bit because they don't fit on, which is fine. All the other nice little bits and trimmings and markings are fine. Nice bit of plating. Yes, it'll click on to the brown claw that I'll show you in a minute. So what we're going to do now is bring BOUSHH over, fit the pieces together, and then that is BOUSHH finished. And then all we have to do is make up our either spear or gun or whatever it is, and then the little bomb. So let's get BOUSHH over and let's get the things on. And there you have it, guys. BOUSHH is complete. Yes, the actual figure itself now is done. We've just got the staff, gun, whatever it is, and the bomb to do next time. And look at that. That's supposed to represent the sack that he's carrying his things in. Everything clipped on as it should with the posts. There's the little belt clicked on there nicely as it's supposed to run behind, as it shows you in the build plans. And I'll take a closer look there. Now it clicked on the actual little brown bar thing brick that clicks into a little brown hook. I didn't really have a worry about that. I had more of a worry of it marrying up to this part here that just more or less holds it in place so as it doesn't flap. Not that it would, I don't think, anyway. But you know what? Once I got it clicked in, this more or less was just in place. It took a little twist, bump, and it was in and it was done. Absolutely brilliant. I did manage to knock the arm out again, which was a pain in the bum because that it's a 2x2 with a sort of, it's not actually a ball joint but something that a pin will go into to go into there. There's not enough clutch, so it's going to be interesting when we do put the staff. Hopefully it will hold it in place. We'll have to wait and see as we go, but if you just look at that, I mean, you can see I am really struggling to get this into shot, and I really do look at that, especially when, if you think about it, when it's displayed, more likely than not that side's going to be away from you, so you know, you might have your figure at a slight angle maybe, I don't know, but again, look at the belt. Absolutely. If I go from the head and I very, very slowly come down the build, and I've been saying this all the way through the build, Albo, you are the man. He has done an absolutely terrific job. You know, I built Cad Bane first, for anybody who can remember that, earlier on in the channel, and now we have BOUSHH, who came second in the poll. Yeah, it's been a real nice build. The plating was good. I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. other to say that BOUSHH, the actual figure, is complete. If you've enjoyed this little video, then please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button for me. Don't be frightened to drop a few comments in the box, because that's always important to me and the channel. And one other thing, of course, if you want to follow us next time, the final part of this build, which, like I say, is a staff, I think, and then we'll have a little bomb. Be interesting to see about the weights and the arms very, very quickly, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Then all you have to do is click on that subscribe button, turn on those notifications if you want, and it'll basically tell you that we have a video most days. And finally, anybody who has watched this, as I say to any of my little videos, thank you very, very much for watching, and I do hope that we will see you next time here on Square Ghost. And with that, you know the score, you know the drill. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.